Okay, today we are going to start with modeling part. We are going to create base model for your character. Your previous task was to define which character you want to create and find some reference on it, create some modeling sheet. If you finish with this task, you can continue and start doing your work in Maya. First of all, let's define what I'm going to do on lectures. On lectures, I'm going to create my own character and show you all of the steps of character creation. My character will be maybe some Black Widow. It's a female character. We are going to use female body for character reference. This is a common proportions, which is totally fit for this character. And I'm going to use also some different reference to define some details of this character. And I'm going to fulfill my reference folder during the work. For example, I'm going to start with a modeling sheet. After next steps, I'm going to find some head details, some clothes details, how characters looks like, and also add to my reference folder. Uh, During your work, you also need to create your reference folder for the character and fulfill it with the different screenshots or images of your character, or maybe some details. Let's put all of them into the folder and continue do this work. Okay, let's check how it was in previous year. On the previous year, I was Disney. I had Disney character, which is called Ariel, and we made some different steps with this character. And also, we start with the base model. Let's look on this file and see how it looks like on this stage. Also, previous year lectures, I can send you link for them, and you also can look through today's lecture and the previous year's lecture. Previous year's lecture was in Russian, and you can find some answers on your questions. Uh, Previous year lecture is also uh, for base model. You can look through and find some details. Okay, this is a finished base model for the character. Here you can see common details and hands and feet. Uh, for the first lecture, for the today's lecture, we are going to create only base without hands and feet. But on the next lecture, we are going to create also hands and feet. You have questions? Uh-huh. You are going to create armor after you finish with the full body. Uh, you need to create body even if he have full armor. We have steps for the clothes and details later. For example, I can see you our plan, and you can create armor on this stage. For example, on the week maybe 6 or 5, and here you can find and create this armor. But for the character, even if the character have full body armor, you need to create the body because this is organic character, and for the rigging and for the animation, this steps is important. Uh, and that's why we are commonly work with human body characters to define all of these steps for creation of the character. You can select maybe some cartoon characters. Uh, Try to avoid robotic characters because they have a different pipeline of creation. This is not organic model. This is commonly like object modeling somehow. You can create maybe some animal characters, but these animal characters should look like humanoid, and you also can create hands, feet, and face for this character. Okay, let's continue. This is our final step for the base model. We are going to create this during 2 lectures, and you also need maybe 4-5 hours to create this, or even more. Uh, this is low poly base model. Now you can see this is not a lot of quads on it. This quad is called topology. Topology must be on this step very few and not rapid, maybe. Okay, before we continue, I know all of you first in 3D modeling. That's why we start very slow. First lecture will be also for interface, how you can model with Maya, how you can interact with this application. Also, during practice hours, you can ask questions if you don't understand something, and Dana will help you. Dana can also repeat some steps for you if you don't understand. You can feel free to ask some questions on the practice, and help you. She will help you. And okay, let's start with the interface and basic tools which we are going to use during character modeling. And then we are going to create base model. Okay, for the beginning, let's create some new file. And first, you will see Maya interface. Here we have the main scene. Uh, on the left side, we have outliner. In the outliner, we collect all of objects which we create during the work. On the right side, we have some tools, windows, and some details for the objects. On the upper side, we can see some shelf. On the shelf, we have some polygon primitives, some tools for these polygon primitives, and each is this shelf duplicate tools from the menu. In the menu, you can also find similar tools which is defined on the shelf. For the Maya shelf, it's like shortcuts for the commonly used tools. Also, when you first in modeling, you can see we have this workspace, but sometimes you can close some windows and mess with this and find some mistakes with the interface. You can create the workspace general and it's refresh your window layout. For the space button, you can switch between interface. And here we have some camera presets. On these small icons, you can switch between perspective camera, where you can see 3D models in perspective view. And also we have three orthographic cameras from the top view, left view, and side view, maybe front view. It's called differently in different softwares. And by using the mouse, the middle button, you can scroll and zoom in, zoom out in this interface. If you point some mouse button in the window, you can maximize it by pressing on the space bar. By pressing on the space bar, you can switch between some views. And here we have some different views of modeling. During the work, we sometimes switch between views because we need to find some proportions in orthographic view without any perspective angle, and it helps you to create precise models. On the left side, we have main tools for the selection tool, for the move tool, for the rotate, and for the scale. Let's create first polygon primitive, which is called cube. All modeling starts from the polygon primitives. For example, we are going to create character from the cube. For example, we have one polygon cube, and after applying some tools, we are going to create the full character. First, on this cube, we can see its full size. For working with the interface and to work in the scene view, I also press Alt button and left mouse button to observe around this cube. With the Alt and right mouse button, I can zoom in and zoom out. And also, if I press Alt and middle mouse button, I can pan this object and move through this scene view. And here you can see these polygon statistics. We can switch on these statistics because we need to calculate polygon counts, and during the work we also use this information to define how many vertices we have, how many polygons we have, and if we increase the topology, also we can see how faces and vertices will rise. Okay, let's see what else we can do with this polygon cube. By the pressing on the right mouse button, we can see this context menu, which will help you to switch between modes of this cube. We can switch into the face mode, and now we can select entire faces. Maybe with the shift selection we can select 2 faces or 3 faces, and we can move these faces and work with 1 face or 2 face and modify this polygon primitive. Also, we can, by pressing right mouse button, go to the vertices and move it one by one, or maybe with this group of selection, and modify this polygon primitive. And also, what we can do, we can zoom it into one point and create some pyramid, maybe. For the move tool, rotate, and scale, I also use some shortcuts. For the fast modeling, you need to learn shortcuts of the Maya. These shortcuts will help you to work fast, and It's like playing on the piano. You need to learn all of these shortcuts to work with the modeling. Shortcut for the move tool is W. Shortcut for the rotation is by pressing Y on the keyboard, and you can rotate the face. Control Z is for the undo. T R for the scale. And move W for the move. If your shortcut is not working, please select English language on the keyboard. With the English language, shortcuts is work well. If you switch for the Russian, nothing will appear on the screen, and you should keep it in mind if something went wrong. Control Z is for undo. To undo with infinitive steps, you need to find some settings for the Maya and switch on for the infinitive undo. It's very helpful tool for infinite undo. Go to the window, setting preferences, open the preferences and find here undo and switch on to the infinitive quantity. For example, if it's switch off, you can't undo some steps. Please switch on this undo button. It will help you a lot and save for this file. Uh, Before you start, first you need to check undo, and after you can start to work. For what? Window setting preferences. When you open it, here in the settings tab, you can find undo on the bottom of the settings. And also about the version of program, it's Maya 2024. I don't know what is the new one, but this is a stable version. You can also download this version of Maya 2024. Now we have some primitive polygon. We can delete this by pressing right mouse button on it. No. We can use some delete button on the keyboard or backspace button on the keyboard and delete them. Let's create again some polygon cube and repeat some steps with it. By pressing the right mouse button, we can see the menu. To communicate with the menu, you need to press right mouse button during the selection. And if you select, unpress this and it's switch off between this mode of the polygon primitives. We can create more polygons. For example, we can create some sphere, move it further, and in the channel box you can see these coordinates of your models. If you select some models, you can see these coordinates for the selected models. You can put some digits and move it on the 10 steps of this unit. In Maya, we have settings for the interface. Also, we can work in the centimeters or we can work in the meters. And If you switch to the centimeters, this one square, it calls 1 centimeter on the 1 centimeter. This grid help you to calculate how many centimeters here we have. For example, now we move it on the 6 centimeters left. We can use some negative uh, uh, and move it around this, for example, space. Also, we have this gizmo to define on which coordinates we are going to move this. For example, if you move by pressing this upper arrow, it's commonly green, and selected arrow is yellow. And if you move it up, it's moved during y-axis. And here in the small left side, left angle, you can see this coordinates orientation. And it also will help you to see these coordinate sites and see where is up, where is left, where is down. And also Y is commonly for the upper side of this area. And also on the channel box you can go back this polygon primitive into our origin where we have 0 on the axis. And also you can resize it and press maybe uh, some digits, put the right meaning on this channel box layer. In the attribute editor, we have these common attributes for all our polygon primitives. Here we have some shaders. Here we have some initial state groups. It's how it calls. It's details for this cube. This is the common details for this. You can switch between subdivisions. You can increase some numbers. You can resize it by working with the attributes. Also, these attributes available in the channel box in the input field, and here you can define these common attributes for this polygon primitive. During the work, we also will work with the different editors, which will help you to create some modeling. Okay, what else we can do with these models? If you suddenly close some windows, you can find it in the window shelf and open it again. Or maybe you can reset this common workspace. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, what next? Next, we are going to learn how to model with and add some details for this, for example, cube. Let's go to the face mode, select some face, switch between selection mode, and let's extrude this face a little bit. We can use extrude tool to add more polygons to this polygon primitive. For example, we can press extrude, and now we can see this gizmo for this extrude tool. By pressing extrude, we add more details for this cube. And even if we repeat this step with different polygons, we start to model this. For example, now we can see this polygon primitives becomes complicated. And let's continue with extrude. Press it again, move. Uh, the common mistake is press extrude many times on one face. This is a huge mistake because if you press extrude and don't move it, we have the geometry will create and we will have some more vertices on the one place. For example, if I press extrude and forgot to move this, for example, I press this and here we can see two vertices on the one side. And if we even select this face and move it, it's already have this geometry. And this is a common mistake for the extrude. With extrude, you should very be careful with what you are going to do and finish the extrusion with a move tool. Okay, what else we can do? We can add some edges on the faces. Extrude is extrusion of these faces with a new geometry, but insert edge loop tool is the tool which will help you to insert some edges on the selected faces. This tool, extrude, is from the edit mesh menu, but mesh tools which consist with the insert edge loop tool. If you press this insert edge loop tool, here we can see okay, tool settings is also a very important menu for the defining how many insert edge loop tools we need to create. For example, if I decrease this number of edge loops, for example, for one, and press it on the edge, edge loop will appear. Why it calls it edge loop? Now you see this geometry here, and around of this geometry, a lot of edges will create and closing into the loop. This edge loops is very important for the character creation. We are going to work only with these loops. These loops create the right topology for the modeling. What is called bad topology? Bad topology when you have some mistakes in the modeling. For example, if I delete some edges on this topology, now we have bad topology because now we have not four side square, but we have an n-gon here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 vertices. 6 vertices, this is for the one polygon, it's very bad situation, and you should avoid these breaking loops on your modeling during your modeling process. How we can fix this one? We have also another tool in this mesh folder in the mesh tool. It calls multicut. With the multicut, we can connect between edges and create the edges where we want. For example, cut this geometry randomly. Also, this multicut we are going to use very lot and create the geometry. With the multicut function, we can connect this edge loop and press enter. and it's create edges where we want between two vertices, between two faces maybe. For example, we can select position uh, by pressing backspace. We can delete this point, and we can create, for example, some uh, and draw edges on the polygons. For example, we can draw this loop by yourself, and by pressing enter we finish this tool process. We can, for example, create some triangles, we can create some n-gons here, and also why we are going to use this multicad tool to, for example, work with the faces, to define some details where we need. And also this tool is very helpful, but you should keep in mind that we need to work only with the quads for how it goes. For side faces, this is the right calling of this process. For side faces, it means we have only 4 vertices around one face. Here we have more vertices around this face. We can count this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 edges face. This is a bad topology. We need to fix this. There's a lot of tips how to fix 5 side faces, but during the work we are going to work only with the edge loops. That's why with working with edge loops we are avoiding these 5 side faces. This is the main rule for the modeling process. Also, we can delete some edges by pressing double click on them. By pressing double click on edges, we can select loop of these edges, connected edges. If we press it here, we see we have loop. If we press it here, we can see this loop is not closed, and this selected only 2 edges. Now we can go to the right side. On the right mouse button with this shift selection, we can press and see the fast menu for working with these edges. Here we can find some multicut, here we can find some extrude faces, insert edge loop tools. This is a fast shortcut for working with these tools which we already told about. And here you can find the delete edges. Only with these delete edges you need to delete edge or edge loops, because by pressing this tool help you also delete some vertices. For example, if I delete here only pressing some backspace, here we can find these vertices is still here, and these vertices you can see this edge, but the topology is here, and here you can find some 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 7 and gone 7 side edges, and this is also bad topology, and you need to delete these vertices also by pressing the backspace or delete. And this tool, you should find all of these vertices and delete this. Now it's clear. Okay, for the better delete of these selected edges, you should press Shift, right mouse button, and use delete edge. And now it's delete with also with vertices. And now we can here we have clear topology with 4 side faces. This is a main rules and common mistakes for the first first time using Maya. Also, we can delete this edge by pressing Shift right mouse button and delete edge. Now we can see the clear topology. Next step, working with this clear topology, we can smooth this topology. By pressing smooth, we add more divisions, and it's like smoothing all of these details. For example, we work with the low poly topology. Next step for the character creation, we smooth this topology. Smooth subdivision, it's, for example, if you smooth it more, it becomes more high poly and details. We don't need to create, for example, for the high quality model, a lot of faces by your hands by using some insertage loop tool, extrude. We only create some low poly. After we just smooth it, and the topology count is increased. And now you can see a lot of faces is created. For example, if I Control Z, now we have in the low poly model only uh, 64 topology. But if we smooth it, now it's increased and divided. Okay, this is a smooth tool. You can find it in the mesh tool. This is the final step. We are not going to use this small tool now. We just only work with this low poly topology. And what else we can do? We can select this cube, and if you want to see how it will looks like in the smooth, we can use smooth mesh preview. It's a three button on the keyboard. It's like only preview. It's not divided. This model. Our polygon count is still 64. But you can preview your model and see how it will look like when you smooth it. This shortcut on the keyboard, you should press 3 on keyboard. To go back to the low poly mode, you should press 1 on the keyboard. And we have second 2 on the keyboard, and this is between steps. You can see the low poly and high poly in one in the same time, and you can switch between these two views of the these polygons. We are going to use them all. What next? Next, we can start with work with a base mesh. Let's create new file. Let's save this file in our folder where we are going to work. I'm going to work on my desktop. Here I can create my base mesh. Please use right names for your file. It will help you to see which step on this file you're working with. During my work, I save all of these iterations in different files. Uh, it helps you to go back to the low poly mode when something went wrong with the high poly model. Because when you subdivide in the smooth, you can't go back to the low poly. That's why I keep these versions, many versions of my file in different files. And it's like a reserve copy of your work. If something went wrong and you have this reserve copy, it will help you don't lose your time on creating all of these steps again. We are going to work with the one character during all of this semester. That's why these steps is very important. If you lose your character, if something went wrong with Maya, it's not safe, it crashes sometimes. If you will have some reserve copy of some of these steps, it will help you to save time during your semester and save your nerves also. Because in the previous year we have these situations where when the character closes and the file is not open. And this version history will help you to save your steps and also make some backup copy inside Telegram chat, maybe in the Teams folder. It's also help that don't miss your work is to attach your files in the Teams task, where you can download it again, maybe previous steps, and will help you to save your progress. Okay, let's save this file. Now it's in my folder, and all of work will be in this folder. Next step for character creation, let's find our modeling sheet. Maybe I use more quality from the previous year. Let's see. Yes, this one is better. I will copy in my folder. Please also keep your reference in one folder. Keep your textures in one folder. It will help you to move this folder to another computer with all of these details. In Maya, we store only reference for the external files, not all of these files. For example, we are going to put our modeling sheet into this folder. Okay, now we have base mesh. This outliner, I can put it back. Okay, maybe I will close it. Okay, let's create our character. First, we need to switch between views and put a reference inside of the orthographic view. Let's create image plane. In the view folder, go to the image plane and import image plane into the our work. And we are going to repeat this in the side view. Go to the image plane, import image plane, and go to your folder and open the same modeling sheet here also. Now we have these two views which will help us to model by using this reference image inside of this folder. It's like guidelines for the character creation. That's why we are creating this modeling sheet with a very careful and precise. Uh, then I select some image planes and move it further around my working area. The next step, I'm going to create this polygon, and by using this polygon we can arrange this modeling sheet. For example, this front view we are going to use for the front character, and put this modeling sheet side by arranging this This cube is like a guide. Uh, we put modeling sheet in the same position where we will work on the character. Please don't move this cube around. This cube should be in the zero position. On the channel box, in the zero position, we keep this cube. This modeling sheet, we are going to move around this cube. And here we can arrange our side view. And working with this side view folder. Okay, when you finish with arranging of this cube, try to put side view in the middle of these arrows. Now you can see these bold lines and try to arrange this image in the center of this side view. You can maximize and also see these guidelines. These two steps is very important because we are going to look both in the front view, in the side view, and in the perspective view, and start to model our base mesh. By arranging this modeling sheet, you can move this modeling sheet a little bit and trying to define it in one place. Please don't move it up. If you move it up, this character is not precise. For example, this is our belly, and this belly is up, and you should avoid this. How it calls? No, the characters must be precise. The next steps, we are going to scale this character a little bit to see the size of the model and check does this modeling sheet is precise for this character. We can move it up a little bit and see this character is precise and we can start to work. Also, we can select these two modeling sheets and attach them into the layer. Press this icon and create new layer and assign selected objects. In this layer, you can work with this layer like in Photoshop and switch off, switch on this layer. It will help you to work with this file. And you can press R in this side, and by pressing R is not selectable anymore. It's still. This help you to not move it suddenly. Press it still and freeze this image for the modeling sheet, and now we can start to work without with avoiding some mistakes with the suddenly move these image planes here. Okay. Next step is to select this cube and precise this cube to define the body part. For the beta view, we need to create X-ray shading mode in the front view and in the side view. By pressing the shading X-ray, you can see our modeling primitives and our image planes. And let's start to precise this cube around our body. Now we have first basic step of the character modeling. The next step is to create topology for the first part of the body. Let's divide this cube into the four parts. by inserting edge loop tools. Let's change some tools for this number of edge loops. Let's see this is a multiple edge loops selected and use equal multiplier and press on the right side of this model. And now we can go back to our different views, and in the selection mode we can work with this part of the body. And the main important things for the selection, I use, for example, rectangle selection. I pressing left mouse button and select maybe some groups of these vertices. You should use also 4 on the keyboard and see what we are going to select. So, sometimes by using this method with the rectangle selection, we can select some different vertices on the different parts, and if you move them, these vertices also can move and mess your model. That's why we need to deselect this vertex by pressing Ctrl and select this even vertex. And let's zoom it, scale it a little bit, move this around the body, and again select the group of the vertices, scale it a little bit, and move around the body. Select the second group of the vertices, scale it up, and move around the body. And again, let's scale it a little bit and move around the body. And scale it again. For the selection, for the scale, I also sometimes use this center square, and it helps me to scale it proportionally around all of these axes. Control Z for this one. If you want to scale on the one axis, use some of this maybe red square or blue square and scale it around different axes. And the same for the move tool. Use some arrows to move this around the axis. Okay, let's come back to the this one, and if you press 5 on keyboard, it's come back to the shaded mode. What else we can do? After we precise this character, we are going to smooth it a little bit. This is the first time of smoothing. In the outliner, I'm going to create the backup of this first low poly. By pressing the Ctrl D, you can create duplicate of the object, of the selected object. And by pressing Ctrl H, we can hide this duplicated object and work with the copy. Next, I'm going to smooth this part, and by smoothing this part, now we can see we have more details to work with this. And here we also need to scale it a little bit more. But now we can work and precise our model again. Selecting groups of vertices and precising them around our modeling sheet. Sometimes I select a group of vertices in this side menu and double check what I'm selecting in the perspective view. I'm only selected back part, and please look around the model and see you need to select symmetrically. For example, if you select one part only and move it a little bit, it will be not symmetrical. And try to work on this step more symmetrically. For example, select all of these symmetrical vertices and move it a little bit, for example, like this. Here we can work with the only one and move it up. Now we have this organical part for the body. This is a very rough, very low poly, and for this step is enough. Next, we are going to extrude our shoulders from these four parts of our model. Better work with the symmetrical selection. For example, in our settings, I'm switched to Workplace Modeling Standard, and here we can find some tool settings. In the tool settings, we have symmetry selection. With the selected model, we can create the symmetry of this character and work symmetrically during creation of this model. Let's check topology. Let's check our central vertex, one of these, and now we can work with symmetrically selection. We can symmetrically select these side edges, these side faces, and let's extrude them a little bit. Not so far, and let's go back to the side menu and work with these vertices. And now we can arrange them around our body. Maybe not so far. We are going to create another extrude for this time. And here we have to arrange them a little bit back to start to work with this figure in this perspective menu. This is a little bit complicated for the first one, for the first time, but try to work with your vertices and try to fill your figure in the three-dimensional view. Maybe like this. We should start to figure out our arms. Maybe something like this. When you work with in the symmetrical view, it's better to and here you can work on the only one vertices, and on the right side it's duplicate. duplicating. And here you should fill your topology. And now on these steps it looks like something like this. Next step, I'm going to create extrude again from here, but before extrusion, it should be not so big, for example. Uh, Try to arrange this area something more like shoulder. And let's check in this side view. It should be more like shoulder here. And also we need to move a little bit back for this vertices for starting with the back of the character. And here we are going to start with the arms and shoulders. Okay, these faces is ready for extrusion. Why we are going to work with the modern shade and this low poly model? Because now you see we are working with entire vertices and arranging them. When you work with the low poly, it's easy to arrange these body proportions. If you have a lot of vertices, you need to move a lot of vertices and arrange them. That's why we are starting from the beginning with the low poly, and after that we just smooth it. It's when the low poly model is very good. When you smooth your character, it's look much better, much organic with the smooth body proportions and body parts. For example, for the arms, it's when we smooth, it's also will be more how it calls more precise. Uh, okay, we're ready for the arms extrusion. Let's extrude them by pressing extrude from the tools menu. Extrude it a little bit. And the next step, we need to arrange these vertices again. For example, now we can see this one, it should be upper. Okay, these arms should be not so quadratic, but we must create some sphere side from this quadratic extrusion. How we can do this? In Maya we have circularize tool. Let's try to use this circularize tool on the arms. It's not so perfect, but on this stage it's very good to start with these circles for the arms. We also can just rotate this just a little bit to keep this line of the character straight. And also this line, it should be the same. For example, when it's circularized, we can rotate it a little bit. What else? We need to move it a little bit. And now we can see this is very beginning of our character. Also, we can go to the mesh display and use soften edge tool. Soften edge tool is help you to see something not so low poly but little bit soft. And this soft selection change some edges to the soft shading. For example, if you want to get some hard shading, you need to select some faces or edges and go to the harden edge. When it's harden edge, you can see these polygons. This is only for the shading, not for the modeling. It's like a preview of your model. For example, preview of render of your model. And again, we can select this and soften edge. And now it looks like more soft. But the edge positions and vertex positions is the same. It's only for the preview. Okay, let's go back for the side view and check our details and proportions. And we can go to the next body parts and arrange them a little bit. For example, for this part, I'm scaling on all of this edge, all from, sorry for my English, I'm not practice a lot, I forgot some words. I'm scaling it in all of this axis by pressing the center of this scale tool. What next? Other parts is also in this situation I'm scaling it a little bit on this only on the x-axis. Okay, let's see in the perspective view. If you happy with the result, you can continue to extrude of this character. But I'm going to maybe add some more divisions for this part of the character because we have now we have maybe some good proportions for this step and I can create some backup. Let's duplicate this, hide the copy, and I'm going to smooth it again. Maybe I should think about it. No, this time I'm not going to smooth. I'm going to insert edge loop tools because for the full body mesh, I need this size of the squares. Okay, let's insert some edges here. In the symmetry settings, let's go to the multicut. For the multicut tool, we also can create some loops. This multicut tool is very huge tool, which will help you to create edge loops, some cuts here. By pressing Ctrl, we can see we can create edge loops here. By pressing Shift, we can snap these insert edge loop tools by the divisions. For example, we can divide this face 50 by 50 and the same on the left side. This one is better for this situation and maybe we can create some more edge loops here. Okay, let's create here and here by dividing on the 50% by pressing Ctrl and Shift. Now we have this smooth topology. We have enough topology, but for the arms there is not so many, for example, edges. And again, we can move it. We can deselect our symmetry and create it again. Now it's work better. And here we can also create some details for this body. When we add some more tools, now you can see this body part, it's not smooth. It's like a squares. And we need to rearrange this a little bit by moving these vertices and create some more natural forms for this low poly part. Maybe here we also need to create some more edge loops to define the chest part. Let's go back to our view and let's move these parts a little bit here. Try to keep the same size of these squares uh, du during all of your modeling. For example, if you go it up, here we have some big squares. And try to keep all of these horizontal lines in the one position. It will help you to clear your topology and work better. Uh, Here we also need some new multicut by dividing on the 50%, and now it helps you to rearrange these vertices a little bit more. Now we have a lot of topology to work with this part and define it more precise for the character. Here will be our neck, and here will be our shoulders. Now you see it's much harder to work with when we have a lot of polygons, when we have much more vertices, and now we are going to work with the group of the vertices more and rearrange them a little bit. If something went wrong, you can also use your backup and go back to these steps. That's why when I trying to add some more polygons, I am creating some backup and hide this in this model. And sometimes you create a lot of mess on some part of the model, and you can go back to the next step, the previous step. This backup will help you to not lose your progress and not start again from the scratch. Uh, This is our shoulders. They should be more up a little bit. And we also can use scale to clear these straight lines. And here also I want to select all of these vertices and scale it a little bit. Now it's much better and clear. When you see these straight lines is precise and clear, your topology is looks much better now and more organical. And for this situation also we need to keep this line straight. And maybe for this one we also can scale it a little bit. Now it's much better for the chest and for the arms also. Okay, let's go back to the legs. And for the legs, we are going to extrude them from this body part. And let's see what we can do and how many faces we must select. The modeling process is all about thinking and planning your model. From which faces you must extrude some parts of model and think how it will be look like. How many faces is needed to create some body part. Okay, let's use this part for the legs and try to extrude them. For this step, we need to separate these faces a little bit. Let's try to switch off symmetry and divide this extrusion to the two steps. For example, let's extrude one leg and go back and extrude it again. Just in the same position. And now we can go back and create again symmetry of this topology. Let's check the symmetry is working, and now we can define these legs. Maybe we should also use this one. Okay. Control Z is also important tool because when we select some faces and something went wrong, we can go back and do it again. Yes, this one is better. Let's extrude this second part. Oh, maybe we can use some different keys. Let's select this again and extrude with the offset local translate. Let's call it 3 or maybe 1. and do it again with the second part. Extrude with the same local strength. Translate. Oh, be careful with your selection. Okay, let's create symmetry for this character. And now we are working with it in the symmetry settings. Okay, let's continue work with these vertices and let's create some legs. Okay, let's see what happens in the perspective side. For the legs, we also need to create some cylindrical appearance of this. And let's rearrange these vertices for the right positions. Maybe not so big. Okay, let's go to the soften edge and solve this a little bit and let's see what happens. And okay, let's with using the scale, we can entire face, how it calls, rearrange this face by using some scale. If you select the group of this vertex, you can scale it a little bit and they become flat in this edge field. It will help you to work with a group of the edges. And for this one, also need to rearrange this a little bit in the central size. Here we have supported edges, which will help you to rearrange these common straight lines, and it's also help you to clear this extrusion, maybe, and understand what we are going to work and how legs will be appear. And the next step, we are going to extrude it again. a little bit more, and now we can see these legs, and that's why we are rearranging it for the flat side. For the next extrusion, it will be more clear when you use some scale and scale it a little bit, sorry, on this field. Something like this. And we can create this leg. Also for this leg, we need to make it more circle on these steps and see how it works. And for this line is also we can use a scale tool to make it more straight. And put it in the center. This line, I think it should be also straight. Let's use scale on this side and go it here. Yeah, something like this. Let's create again soften edge and see how it looks like. The next step is to also to extrude arms and legs. Again, extrude, scale a little bit, and extrude, scale a little bit, move some vertex to rearrange this body part. Again, select the faces, extrude it a little bit. For the knees, you need to create these 3 loops around it. And again, let's extrude, let's scale it a little bit. Again, select faces, extrude. Scale it a little bit. And again, here we have some mesh for the legs. Okay, let's soften edge this character, and here we have some parts we need to fix. Now we can see the character's legs, and for the knees we have 3 loops. Maybe we need to up a little bit, and here's also. And we have some some work to do with these arms. Let's extrude arms a little bit. And for this lecture, we're done with this base model. On the next lecture, we are going to create hands and feet for this character. Let's make the same with arms. But for the arms, I think we need to add some more loop here. Because we need the same circle with the same, for example, on the in the border side we have this insert loop tool, but here we don't have. And for the arms, when we create arms, we need a lot of topology. That's why here we can create the new loop and work with this body. Okay, let's rotate this little bit, put it here, and let's start extrude our arms. Rotate a little bit, put scale, and now we work with this side and look what happens in this side. Again, extrude, scale it a little bit, put it here. Again, scale, move, again, extrude, rotate a little bit, again extrude. For the elbow, you also need to create these 3 loops around this elbow. It will help you to create the rigging and better bending of this hand. That's why you need to create more loops on the knees and on our arm. I think it calls elbow, I forgot. In Russian it's локоть. То есть на локте и на ногах, на коленках нужно больше добавлять supported лупов. Okay, let's continue with the same extrusion like in the how it calls like for the legs, but here we need to create more flat maybe, because we have not circle but we have this part. You also can check how with your body, look on your hands, look on your feet, and look on the reference of the human body, and you will understand how it, with the anatomy, how it works with this leg, arms. Again, extrude, scale it a little bit, move it. And again, extrude. And here we have a flat part. And on the next lecture, we are going to create these arms, hands and arms. Okay, let's check what we've done. Let's go to the mesh preview, make soften edge, and now we can see we have this uh, base model for the character. Maybe we can fix these legs a little bit. Uh, every time check what is going on in perspective view, uh, double check from different side of this character, and you will see what you need to fix when you work with the character. And this one we need to put it here for this part, put it up maybe. Maybe we need some more geometry here, and we will continue on the next lesson in this part. But now we can rearrange some proportions of this character. Make it more organic. And for this one we need to also fix. The back anatomy is also straight, but here we have some muscles. These muscles should be a little bit uh, in front. I'm going to delete these edges. Maybe we put it later, but now it's become some little bit messy here. That's why I'm deleting sometimes edges and put them again later. Okay, for now we've done with this base mesh. It should be low poly with the basic proportions. Check your muscles, check your anatomy. In this stage, it should be much clear as you can, much less details in the how it calls in the topology. Don't put a lot of polygons here, and but arrange these little polygons much better as you can to create the basic proportions of your character. This is the first part of base model. The second part will be creating some hands and feet, and when you finish with the hands and feet and body base mesh, you submit the second part of the character and get 6 points for this part of body and for the hands and feet together. Uh, Now we've done with the lecture. Thank you for your attention.